Hi, it's Corrine, and I'm here today with a Craftin' and Stampin' Design Team Smashbook page. I'm using the Wildwood book from Close to My Heart, and it's from their My Crush series. My Crush is their line of Smashbooks, and I will have the links in the description box below on where I got this book. Um, it is from Jessica Wilson from Craftin' and Stampin', so I will be sure to have her information in the description box below. Here I'm using a title that I cut out from the Cameo, and the name of the place that we went is called High Roller. So the word I cut out there is roller, and I'm cutting down my Smashbook page by about 1 1/8 inch. And I'm actually going to cut 2 pages. That's what I'm deciding right here, whether I want to cut one or cut two. So I decided to go ahead and cut 2 pages. So before I did that, I added some paper clips just to hold the pages together. So when I cut them down, they cut evenly at the same time. And I'm just using my Tim Holtz ruler with my craft knife and a self-healing mat behind the second page. And I'll just run that down a few times until it cuts both pages. And again, I cut off about 1 1/8 inch. And the title that I used, Roller, is about 1 1/2 inches tall. And I made it the same length of the book, which is 10 inches. So here I'm digging through, finding my distress ink. I'm using Broken China and just a sponge there. And I'm distressing all the edges of the page. I just wanted to give a little more color to the edge of that page that I cut off. And that roller, again, I designed it in the Cameo. I added a small border on the bottom knowing that I was going to go ahead and glue it down. So I'm just going to add some Scotch Quick Dry to that border piece, and I'll glue that right to the edge of the page. If you don't own a Cameo, you can do this on your Cricut, or you could hand cut letters and do this as well. So I put a scrap piece of paper behind it in case any glue seeped out. And here's where I'm going to glue the pages together. And at this time I decided instead of wasting that completely, I'm going to make a pocket out of it to hold more photos. So as you can see, I added glue to the bottom portion because I didn't want to put photos in it and have the photos drop all the way to the bottom of the page. So I added about enough room to put some 4x6 photos in there. And then I just press that down. So my pocket then will end up being on the top. And I don't show it in the video, but I do end up adding photos from that day in that pocket. Photos that I didn't necessarily want scrapbooked, but I wanted to keep, of course. So here are some flowers that I cut from the Cameo. And again, I'm distressing the edges. I'm inking the edges just to give them a little variation in color. I did 4 of them, and I'm not sure the size. I just um, dragged the size to what I thought would look good. I want to say it's about 1 1/2 inches. I'm using a paintbrush to bend up each petal around that paintbrush to give it a little dimension to the flower. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of the flower petals. And then I'm using my tweezers to bend each petal, which I'll give you a close-up here in a minute how it gives it just kind of a dimensional look. So again, I'll do that with all my petals. The tweezers I'm using are from Tweezerby. They are reverse tweezers, so you squeeze them to open them. So I'm adhering all those together, just offsetting each petal to make it look a little bit fuller. And this does not add a ton of bulk to my Smashbook page. So here I have a label. It says Fresh Ink, and that's a Cameo cut, but I'm showing you here that the blue in the heart right there, I used that same blue to make that heart below and the flowers, so it matched perfectly. Here's a bow. Again, I use that same blue to cut the bow out. I'm inking the edges of that as well. And a second bow because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. They're a little bit different bows and they're a little bit different sizes. I don't, I've been asked before what size I make my bows. Unfortunately, I never even look at the size. I just drag it to what I think I would like. Here I'm showing you the Wildwood Assortment Pack, and this is also from Close to My Heart. I'll put the product number in the link in the description box below and a link to that. In this, you get journaling cards, stickers, alpha stickers, and little pockets as well. They're super cute and they all match with this smash book. That's a little label that I cut out a scallop circle that says Find Joy. It's an Allie Edwards stamp. And this is a little journaling card that I cut out as well. I'm adding a scallop to the edge of it. I'll just trim that up. I decided I wanted a small border on under that roller, so I'm using a piece of paper from the Snap collection by Simple Stories, and I'm just adding that right along the bottom just to give it a little more color, and then I'll trim off the end there. That's one of the journaling cards from the Wildwood Assortment Pack. And now here's a journaling card also from the assortment pack. I'm going to fill that out with my journaling. And all of those journaling cards are double-sided. And now I'm adhering the tickets. That the photos, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I printed them out myself. They are 3.5 square, and I left about a 1/4 inch white border around them, so they end up being about 4 by 4. And it's called High Roller, and um, excuse me, here I'm adding handmade enamel dots into the flower centers, and I'll also add one into the center of the bow in a minute here. But we went on this, it's like a Ferris wheel, and the view is just absolutely amazing, the view of the strip that you get uh, when you're up at the top. So I got some really amazing pictures from that day. Although I have to say, you're in this pod, and I think they fit about 40 people, but we had a decent size group, and it was just our group and then another couple that was in there, and I was feeling a little bit claustrophobic. I'm a little bit scared of heights, so it did really bother me that day, but I'm glad I went on it. So again, it's called High Roller, and that's why I'm adding the word high. That's Aroni, Aharoni is that font that I used for the word high. And roller, I think I used, I can't remember. I believe that I used LW Bold is what it's called. There I added some American Crafts glitter tape. That's what I had in my stash. I know that Close to My Heart also has some glitter tape that I need to get my hands on because they have gorgeous colors. So here I'm looking through, I know I wanted to add a little tab sticker, and I'm also going to use the alpha stickers and spell out #Vegas. I love that the stickers match with the collection because they go so well with the papers. So that is it. I have some detailed photos coming up, and again, I will have links in the description box below so you can check out Jessica's Close to My Heart channel. They have some beautiful products and really good prices. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment, and thanks so much for watching.